Welcome to another episode of the RV Voice. As you see, I'm wearing an Alliance hat today, and we are talking to the VP of Sales of Alliance, Jeremiah Dumka is his name. You say that right?
You are.
The one, the only, there's never been another one, VP of Sales for Alliance RV.
What up, y'all? Today's episode is brought to you by RV Fix. Let's walk through a quick scenario. You're on your RV trip that you've been planning for months, and bam, something goes wrong. Slide won't move, fridge quits, the power's out. Now, instead of cracking open a cold one, it's fixing time. Total buzzkill, right? That's where RV Fix comes in. Call 1-844-66-RV-FIX and get connected via video call with a master RV technician. No middlemen, no dealership runaround, just real help, fast. And over 40% of these issues are fixed on the first phone call. If it's more serious, we've got you. We'll order parts and get warranty approval within hours, not weeks. Then we can either ship the parts to you and walk you through the fix on a second video call, send a mobile tech from our 2,000 plus tech network, or have you drop it off at the dealership once everything's ready to roll. And even better, you get to keep your rig during this whole process. No more waiting 4 to 6 weeks for basic repairs. With RV Fix, most shop fixes are done in just 3 days. Skip the stress, call RV Fix, and get back to camping, relaxing, and making memories. Use promo code RVVoice at checkout to get a 60% discount and lock in your price for years to come. Learn more at RVFix.com. Hope you enjoy this episode.
So he knows all the answers, all the questions that we have for him. So let's talk real quick about your history and how you got there.
All right. Well, so been in the RV industry shortly after graduating college, been in it in many forms and fashions. I've worked on the supplier side, so I started out, my first job in the RV space was back at a place called Kenro, which manufactures windows. I was a shipping manager out there, then later went to Keystone RV, worked on the line. I was on the lamination side of things, spent 3 years over there, then went over to a company called Forest River, was a swingman, cabinet shop, worked pretty much all different groups throughout that complex, and then had an opportunity at Forest River to get into the sales realm. Went over, started up a luxury fifth wheel brand by Dynamax called the Trilogy. Worked there for 3.5 years, went to Keystone. Worked there, ended up being, last job I had at Keystone was on the product development side of Fusion and Impact toy haulers. And then right around the October timeframe of 2019, I got a phone call from Coley and Ryan, the Brady brothers, asking about interest in a new venture that they had going on called Alliance RV.
So and I really like the story of Alliance because right when I started selling RVs back in 21 is when you guys were really ramping them out.
Yeah, and
it was the first was the Alliance Paradigm, right?
Yep.
That was the first model that came out.
Yep.
And I was like, the story was super easy pitch.
Yeah.
You guys literally didn't create anything for the first 16 months.
Yep.
You just literally took everything from Facebook, customer
fireside
reviews,
chats, absolutely.
Yep, anything and everything, just brought in the data. Like, what do you want to see? What do you think this is the best way to make an RV? And then you made a 5-star hotel out of it on wheels.
Yeah.
It was an easy sell for me. Sold the crap out of them. I had a lot of fun with it. So it was a very cool story. And I really appreciate that. So is that a big reason why you stepped in that game?
Yeah, there was. I mean, hearing Coley and Ryan's vision for the company and their dedication to service after the sale, the quality aspect of it, and what they were trying to become as a company is what really sold me. I felt like they had really good ideas, best of intentions, and it's played out. Their playbook has been to the T of what their vision was at the genesis of the company.
It's been fantastic. I really appreciate what Alliance has done. And then I saw the Avenue, and then the Delta came out,
yeah.
and then we're working on
Well, we have the Delta. Then we just came out with Benchmark last year at Open House.
That's true.
That's been an exciting project that we've been delightfully surprised by. We didn't think that it was going to quite grow the legs that it did, but man, that thing has been doing exceptionally well in all different markets throughout the United States and Canada.
Such a weird thing that everyone's kind of leaning towards that.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, a lot of customers, I mean, their camping experience has changed. A lot of people are going full time, and that's kind of been in our DNA. We're warranted for full-time RV use. And a lot of the people buying Paradigms, they're not moving them. They're staying at campsites 6 months a year, and those wheels aren't turning. So it makes sense to get into that destination market, and it's done really well for us so far. We're pleasantly surprised.
I got a question for you. So being in the industry as long as you have, what would you say is the biggest thing you've learned thus far? Obviously, it's still going, of being in the industry as long as you have. And what's like the biggest change from day one of being in the industry till now? Like you mentioned, there was a transition to a lot of people going full time and so forth. So what's the biggest thing you've learned yourself, and what's the biggest change in the industry?
Well, the biggest thing I've learned is nothing is forever. I mean, it's been an evolution, this whole process. I mean, just look at the last 5 years in the industry and where it's gone since just Alliance has started. I mean, we came in, industry was in a good position, went to a great position, then we were over inventoried, and we had supply chain issues. Now we're going through tariffs and the implications that those are going to have on the products going into the 2026 model year. So I feel like making sure that you're able to adapt to change, because it's ever evolving, is one of the biggest things that I've learned in the industry. And then as far as what was the other question?
So and then what's the biggest thing you've learned, and what was the biggest change in the industry? So
okay, well, on our side of the fence, the biggest change in the industry, I think, has been the migration to the bigger companies. Right, there's not as many of the mom and pops. You're getting a lot more. We're getting a lot bigger as an industry. Like Bish's RV, you guys 5 years ago, how many locations did you guys have?
Ooh, when I started, we had 13 or 11,
and
we're at 21. 22.
I mean, you look at the different groups out there, and which is good. I mean, you guys are streamlining things, giving customers better experiences, like the Bish Fix. I think that's a huge, big supporter of that. I went up and viewed your guys' facilities upstairs, and just seeing what you guys are doing with regards to helping take care of that customer. And I think that has a lot of the same vision of what Alliance RV is. We're kind of set up differently than most manufacturers, where we have a retail-driven sales team or service team and a dealer service team. And what I mean by that is, traditionally in our industry, the manufacturers take care of the dealerships. So you guys buy our products, we do all the servicing through Bish RV. We are very hands-on as a company. I think that has a lot to do with our success, is that hands-on relationship that we have with that end consumer, our mutual end consumer, right? To where we try and figure out ways. We've got that retail-driven team that actually our customers can call in, and we'll give them how-tos, help them find service, hire a mobile technician, help getting these guys back to camping. I think it's part of the secret sauce that we have, and I love the fact that you guys are investing in that side of the business, making sure that customers are taken care of after the fact.
Sure, that's awesome. And a couple questions. Something that you brought up was regarding tariffs and just like changes all the time. Like you're always having to adapt, right? Yep. And right now, the hot topic is tariffs in the world.
Yep.
That's going to impact a lot of businesses, and there's a lot of consumer concern. Not necessarily like fear, but just kind of like hesitancy on certain things, and they just don't know what's going to happen, right? But I guess my question for you is, what would you tell the customers that are, they're scared to buy, but like, how do you still go about, getting them to understand that like they shouldn't, like, what are you doing? What are the changes that Alliance RV is doing to kind of help eliminate that fear, so to speak?
Yeah, I think that, it's a good opportunity for customers to take advantage of pricing on 2025 model year product. We've never set dealers up in a better position than we are right now. What happens in at the tail end of COVID, the prices was high and we went the wrong way, right? So you guys had 2022 product and 2023 product was at a lesser of a price. So we've been strategic on content ads, so you're going to get some stuff added into our products, as well as there are going to be tariff implications. We're still trying to vet that all out, and it's ever changing. As a company, we always try and set our partners up for success, both our retail customers, our dealer partners. So we're going to be fair throughout the whole process. This isn't going to be something that we're, trying to take advantage of a situation. I would say that our company is going to do the least amount when it comes to increases, and kind of hold back and see how things go, because I feel like over time it's going to even out. And I think that where we could go with tariff increases right now isn't where it's going to be in 6 months.
Right. It's an interesting thing, right? Because I like your approach on that. It's almost like the stock market, right? It's the same concept. It'll equal out eventually. The housing market, there's some downturns, there's up to whatever. It always equals out at some point. And we don't know with the tariffs, but it's good to hear that you guys have a strategy. You're gonna keep an eye on it.
Yep.
And and if you're a consumer wanting a 2025 model, probably never been a better time. So.
Check out Bishes.com.
That's right. That's right. No, and look, pricing. There's increases all over the board every year in and year out. Everything's going up. It's not just the RVs. So right. At the end of the day, I think that it's going to be relative to the rest of everything else. So I'm not concerned. We are going to be. We always build to retail demand. Like our company is very good about. If we're only retailing X amount, we're only going to build X amount, to where we're not going to overly flood the inventory in the field and put our dealers in a bad position. So I'm confident we'll get through this together, and I think that we're still going to have a really good 2025. In fact, 2025 this year, this has been the best start any year that we've been in business so far, including in COVID.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's pretty interesting. I mean, you guys it took a while. With anything, you're starting something new.
Yep.
Right. Luckily you had two big names behind the product. They've been in the industry for a long time. They had some other large factory names.
Yes.
And, but anyway, you guys, you started as a customer-centric business.
Yep.
That was your whole model.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. You were saying, hey, what do you want? Are you guys still on that same path?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that's really cool to see because, early on people were always like, well, how are you guys going to scale up? How are you going to continually evolve as you guys grow? And we've executed. We're operating better and more efficient today than we were when we were only building 1,000 units a year. So we've scaled in a respectable manner. Again, back to the playbook that Coley and Ryan laid out: one brand per year, one segment per category, one dealer per market. We've held true. We haven't gotten greedy. We've stuck to the basics, stuck to the plan, and now it's all about execution. So it's been really exciting. And I think that we say it all the time, like it's a very long ball game, and we're only in the second, third inning. So we got a long runway to go.
New strategies, new segment every year. That's a big thing to hold up to.
Yeah.
Because last year was the benchmark. That means there's something else coming.
Yeah. We'll eventually, I think this year we're going to be getting into, without getting the cart or the horse too far in front of the cart. We are, we'll continually evolve. Last year we launched the benchmark. We just started rolling those out. We're going to be getting into single axle deltas this year, which is exciting. I think that's going to grow a lot of scale in that segment itself. But yeah, we're still rounding out our lineups. I mean, Avenue just got into the travel trailer segment, which is exciting. Mm-hmm. We're just now starting to pump those out into the field and already seeing a demand for it. We're in the process of revamping the Valor All Access lineup from the top down. So you're going to see all new travel trailers, all new All Access fifth wheels here in the next 6 months. So we're continually evolving. We're all still young, hungry, and ready to conquer the world.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's going to sound a little bit weird, but with Alliance, mind you, I'm semi-new to the industry, right? About a year ago, I got into the industry. And so I was still learning all the brands. I'm looking at things. And so one of the things from my eye, from a marketing perspective and a branding perspective, is Alliance looks awesome, right? If I use a sports comparison, when I was a little kid, I used to love teams that had cool helmets, right? I loved their helmets. Yeah. And I would just look at like what their logo was, and the ones that had crappy helmets, I thought they were terrible. I just thought they performed poorly if they had bad helmets. Yeah. Anyway, fast forwarding to my mid-30s, and I'm looking at Alliance, and they look cool. Like your units, like the trailers, the RVs, they look so cool. You have an awesome look. But I want to know, like, first off, that's cool. That draws me to it. But not everybody cares about the looks. Some of them do, which I would. I wouldn't buy something that doesn't look cool. That's the first thing. But I want to know about the inside and like any of the innovations. Like what makes Alliance stand out outside of just looking dope. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think it's like, absolutely. My wife still picks sports teams out that way.
Oh, yeah?
Whoever's the best dressed. Yes. Yeah. No, I think that we use high quality components, the innovation side of things, like coming out with the flush floor slides,
Oh, okay.
independent waterline shutoff valves, the recessed can style lighting. We do think, you walk in, I can't tell you how many times that you walk in, or a customer walks in when I'm working a show, and it's just like, man, this just doesn't look like an RV. Mm-hmm. It's a very residential feel. We're continuing to innovate. We were big time pioneers in the solar aspect. Valor was the first one to have standard solar out of any manufacturers out there, and currently today, every single one of our products has at least one 200-watt solar panel on it. So it's not just it looks good, but it's also built well. We've invested a lot in our running gear packages. Again, back to the point of being in business for almost a year prior to building. We were IDing the needs of those customers, talking about the pain points and the problems and how these fixes that we could have. And I think we eliminated a lot of them throughout the process. We want to be known as problem preventers, not problem solvers, and I think that we've done a really good job with that.
Oh, I love that.
I did too.
Let's unbox a couple of those. So you mentioned the slide out system, right? Like, talk about that. Like, why, if I'm a consumer, what does that mean to me? Like, what when you the three things you mentioned? You know, you got the water valve, you got the slide out. Like, what does that mean to me?
A better experience. We're going to keep you camping. If you take a look at like the flush floor slide. So one, we were one of the first ones to take out carpet. Like consumers year after year. Carpet inside an RV. You're at a campsite. It's a dirt floor, tracking inside and out. It's hard to keep clean. But carpet for a manufacturing side of things is the manufacturer's best friend. You know why?
Yeah, hide mistakes.
Well, yeah, it hides mistakes. You drop a hammer on a carpet, what does it do? No. You drop a hammer on lino, it makes a dent.
Yeah.
So we have to be more cautious in those builds, and that's why it took so long for that to happen. Customers have been asking for that for years and years and years, but it wasn't manufacturing friendly. And we were like, you know what? It's going to make us better by doing this. And so we were the first ones to institute the no carpet throughout the whole coach, giving the customer a better experience. Leno is easy to clean.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to manufacture because we got to take extra precautionary measures, but it's for the best for the end consumer. When you talk about our water shutoff valves, it's keeping the customer camping. Like if something happens and your faucet's leaking, guess what? I can independently shut that off, and you can still take a shower or still flush the toilet. So it's those type of innovations that I think that we do and we continually evolve. Putting slide out switches not only in the inside of the coach but on the outside of the coach. It's these light bulb moments that, hey, it makes sense. When you're on the inside of the unit and you're letting your slides in, you want to be in the inside. But when you're letting them out, you want to be on the outside to make sure that you don't hit a tree, a branch, another camper. So I think it's those type of things that the continued innovation for the overall better customer experience is what we're uber focused on.
I love that.
Yeah, the Renogy system was massive when you guys came out with that.
Yeah,
I had a guy asking me questions about it before. I was like, dude, I don't even know.
Oh my gosh! So that was like it was all COVID. We had nothing to do. Like we designed this package, and I can't tell you. It was like hearing about solar was like trying to learn another language. Like it was just like you're talking amp hours, watts, all kinds of stuff, and it was a very detailed engineered system that we were definitely pioneered that front. First to go standard with a 100 amp hour lithium ion battery. We did a 12 volt refrigerator, 12 volt air compressor, to where you had more functionality on a camper that historically has a generator, to where you could operate more things without even having to turn that generator on.
2, sometimes 3 ACs. Wow. And then the fridge.
See?
And lights.
I like that.
Insane.
Yeah.
Obviously, sun permitting.
Yeah.
But still nuts. That was crazy.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
So I got a question. It's going to sound a little weird, right?
Uh-oh.
But let's talk about if you had anything. I guess we want to be transparent, right? Has there been any experiences in your time with Alliance where maybe you dropped the ball and you're like, yeah, this we thought this was going to work and it didn't, but here's what we did to fix it. Were there any of those experiences with the RVs?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had experiences. We've stubbed our toe a handful of times. I mean, it happens. I mean, anytime you throw stuff anytime you innovate, there's chances to not execute at the highest level. Even that solar, that was one of them. I mean, full transparency, it was a big learning curve to try and implement that throughout a manufacturing process. But the thing is, we've stood behind every single camper that we've built, and I think that that's the biggest testament to our company and why people feel good about us, and what's actually harvested our growth to where we are today is taking care of that end consumer. Whether it's our dealer partner or the end consumer, we've always got their back. We always answer our phone. It seems stupidly simple, but if you call Alliance RV, you're going to get a hold of somebody. And, we're going to work through it together. How can we fix our problem together?
That's awesome. I have noticed that about the customer feedback. Mm-hmm. That right there, there's going to be mistakes that happen, hiccups that happen when you buy an RV. That's just, if you're an owner, right? That's just, things are going to happen. Yep. You're going to have questions. It is wild how much, it just seems so cliche, but customer service goes a very long way 100%. for becoming a repeat customer and just staying loyal to a brand. If you can simply just answer the phone, like you said, just answer questions, take care of them in some form or fashion, it's wild how loyal people will stay. But to the opposite of that, right? To the contrary, if you don't, people can completely, flip on you, right?
Well, and there's a lot of things that you try and call a company and you're talking to an animated operator or somebody overseas and you can't understand them. I mean, you're literally talking to an Alliance employee when you call in. And we will do everything in our power to help resolve an issue. We do owner empowerment videos. Check out our website. We do What You Know Wednesdays, where Bill's giving snippets of information of, hey, quick fix, or did you know about this, or here's how to work this feature. There's all kinds of things we're doing to empower our owners and giving them the tools they need to have the best camping experience.
Yeah, I've heard several stories of you guys overnighting a part to walk them through that fix. Yeah. Where you at? It's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing that I sink my teeth into, and why our story is so important is just that customer service approach. I mean, we are very vested in our customers' best interest, and in a very short 5 years, we have second, third, fourth time Alliance owners, which seems crazy, but that's how much they believe in the product. I mean, our rally. I mean, we're going to have 375 rigs in Elkhart County this year at our rally. I mean, we're a company that's 5.5 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome to see that culture, and and our allies are doing their own rallies. I mean, there's a rally going on in Florida right now. There's one going on in Texas. I mean, it's a community, really.
The Alliance Allies. I heard the Facebook group and all that. Yep, I have heard of that before.
That's their community, man. I think it's so cool.
Oh, it is. And it's campers helping campers, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people don't even have to get through us to get help on. I mean, you go on that Alliance RV group and, people are helping each other out. Hey, this happened. Have you guys ever experienced this? And you'll have people chiming in and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, I did. Check this, or turn your battery disconnect off, turn it back on. There's all kinds of things that is just empowering to see that community and how it's developed.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I think I'll be an ally one day when I can get one of my RVs, because I think
we can make that happen.
Yeah, let's get it.
Go full time.
You look like a Valor guy.
I'll take it.
The big ticket item. The biggest and the best. It's really cool that Alliance is built basically by the customer for the customer.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to keep going. That being said, what's the future? I know you talked about you got some single axles coming, which is going to be cool. I'm excited to see them. Are they going to be true single axle, as in major off-roady? You guys are a little more luxury type.
No, it's going to be luxury. I mean, it'll follow. You'll see the same styling cues as what you'll see in the Delta lineup. It'll be just small, shorter, better towability, for a van or a car and stuff like that. But the appointments are going to be very comparable to what you see in the Delta Ultralight.
Very nice. And what else? I mean, within your power of being able to say so, what can we expect to see from Alliance in the near future?
Well, 2026 models are coming out. They're going to be hitting your guys' shelves. There's a lot of things that Delta's going through a whole new transformation inside and out. So you're going to see new exteriors, new interiors. You got new floor plans coming. Benchmark's getting another floor plan. It's getting its third floor plan. Paradigm is going to have an exciting floor plan coming out here in the next 2 months. Avenue's got probably 3 new floor plans and some content updates that's exciting. And then, rounding out our lineup even more. Like I said, we're revisiting the whole Valor All Access series. And in the near future, I think you'll probably see another lineup as well. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll have a steering wheel.
Damn it.
Never say never, but I don't think
Next
that's
year,
in the near future.
2027,
Right.
2026.
That's
Very
cool.
You got anything else, pal?
No, I'll just say this. It's kind of cool to hear that, if you look at like video games, for example, I'm a Madden player. I like to play Madden on
Madden
PS5.
96.
Yeah,
I haven't
dude,
played it since.
Old school. Yeah. Well, the thing that they always say about like those video games, right? They'll always say, well, the new year, nothing changed from year to year. Like there's like been a couple of years in a row where people get the new game, they get so psyched for the new game, but there's really nothing new. They didn't really develop anything new. If I'm looking at it from what you're saying, the cool thing about what you guys are doing with Delta, right? The interiors are different. Like there's some shifts that are going to be happening. It's enticing for a consumer. It's exciting for a consumer, right? It's not the same thing year after year with just a different year mark on it, right?
Yep.
So that's really cool to hear that. It makes me excited just from a consumer standpoint. If I'm a consumer, I'd be excited for that because it's not just the same thing every single time.
Well, it's exciting also for your guys as outfitters, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the sales, all about transfer of enthusiasm, and as enthusiastic as they get, that's how excited the customer gets. So you got to keep everyone on their toes, keep innovating, keep adding to and bettering the products.
Heck yeah.
A product built by the customer for the customer with the one and only been one VP of sales for Alliance RV. Is there anything else from either of you?
I think I'm good to go, man.
Would you just like to say anything else for our closing remarks?
No, I appreciate you guys' time, and if there's anything we can do for you, if you guys need anything, Alliance RV, you can go to our website. Anybody's more than welcome to contact us. If you need parts, we've got a number for parts. We've got a number for service. We've got a number for sales, all on our website. Like I said, we are a full-service company. Love to reach out. We do factory tours weekly.
Awesome.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for your time.
Thank
Shane,
you.
as always, thank you. Everybody out there, stay tuned for more from the RV Voice. Dope.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Not bad, huh?